I'm over here at the yard. I'm moving to another spot. Now that all the snowbirds, not all of them, but a lot of snowbirds are gone, there's a lot of open spots. As you can see, they got the cars parked in here and everything else. Where I was at, over there. Thing is, I had 110 and 30 amp. These are longer. They're actually over there for some reason. Maybe it's because of the 110. It's 200 with tax and everything. It was $230. $213 with tax. Over here on these pull-through, if you notice, there's nobody in front and there's nobody behind me here. And these are 167. And I'm pretty sure they all got 30 amp, but let me check. Yeah, we got 30 amp. The only thing is I don't have 110. I'll just have to do without it. I would love to have had that extra 110 because I used it over there, but anyway, it is what it is. So now I got to go find my RV because I was over a month ago, but since then, as you all know, I had surgery on my mouth. I moved it to B something. I figure I can find it. Actually, I think I see it right there in front of me. So to go from B something to over here, that's it, where that white car is. That's me right in front of it. So I'm going to go from there over to there. And then I have to let them know. And then while I'm here, I think I'm going to see about tightening up that generator circuit breaker switch. I haven't really looked at it, but I know it's loose. And it looks like it's going to be a real burger to get to. So anyway, I got the keys. And we're going to go in here and see about getting her started up. Yeah, see the extra 110? He got 30 down to 110, but you can plug your stuff in. And when I don't have that, here's what I got to do. I did it on this one here because they don't have 110 here either. Is I got the RV plugged into 30 amp. Then I plugged my battery tender on the battery. I plug it into the RV to keep the battery charged. Otherwise, if you leave this one here hooked up, even plugged in at the battery under the hood there, starts the motor, it will go dead. The damn stink bugs are out again. I don't know how some of the bugs even get in this thing, but they find a way in here. Well, let's see if she'll fire up. Yeah. Okay, let me step out here. Now we got moved. See where that semi truck is? I was over to the left of that semi truck. Not exactly sure where, over there somewhere, but anyway, moved over here. And this is long enough now where I'm underneath the roof, plenty of room here. I can leave a dolly hooked up. I don't have to disconnect it because they don't want you hanging outside in the grass. So I like it better. Plus, I just checked, it's 167 here. And where I was at over there, where they have 110, also with your 30 amp hookup, it was 213. So if I can save, what is it, like 30 bucks or so here, I'm good. I wish I did have the 110 so I wouldn't have to run this cord like that and plug it in, because I do have this battery tender to keep the battery charged, because when you're plugged in, it doesn't charge this battery, it only charges the house batteries. Which I suppose everybody knows that, but I'm just saying it. I'm gonna look at that alternator. Well, I gotta put the slide in first. I opened up the slide because I want to get my seal protector. I want to wipe down my seals. You know, technically, if you keep them seals wiped down really good with a seal protector, these seals will almost last you a lifetime. 98 today, 99, but it feels like 103. I believe it. I'm even thinking about not even working on that generator today. I'll show you here in a little bit what I need to do on that generator. Maybe you guys can help me a little bit, those of you guys that knows how to do it. The circuit breaker switch that's on the side of the Onan generator came loose. The screws fell out, I guess. And now the circuit breaker switch itself, the reset switch, is inside that hole in the generator. And I gotta get it. I gotta get it back up there, because I think it's in the off position and it's inside the generator and I can't turn it on. The generator runs fine. I just can't turn that reset button back on, the circuit breaker. So I need to get in there and do it, and the truth is I have no idea how to do it. We'll see if we can't figure this out. Okay, let me see if I can get a light in here so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Where's it at? Down there where you can see.
Because no one could be completely sure they had interpreted Leonardo's original lines correctly. Small errors in copying.
Hope you guys can see that switch sticking out. So now the switch is back inside that hole, and I don't know how to get to it. Truthfully, it's right there. Let's see what, I don't know. Let's see if I can figure something out. Okay, one thing is you got to take this off. This slides down behind everything, and there's two 30 hex head screws, number 30. I guess that's what they are, hex head, whatever those are. And then you got to reach down behind it, and you got to push in these little clamps here. This is the start button and the primer button in here. Take this out. This is what I got so far. I don't know that any of this is going to work. Stay up with this, and then this gets out of the way, and then I think I can push this back, pull this up and over, and pull it out of the way. But I don't know if I'm flexible enough to get my fingers down there to nope, see that? My finger's sticking through the hole. I gotta find the reset button now. Okay, I got it apart. It's not the easiest thing in the world. I couldn't hardly record none of it because there's just no room in there for a camera and two hands and a flashlight. So here's what I ended up with. I got the circuit breaker out. You got to take a panel off. You got to take a couple of things out and a side panel off and unplug a couple of things. Not a big deal to make room to get your fat little fingers in there because it's tight space. Well, the two screws that were in there, there's a little square thing on the back of each one of them. As they come loose, they actually tighten up so they don't fall out. But those screws have to come out in order to put the circuit breaker back in, because there's little square holes in the plastic body of that circuit breaker. These little square pieces at the end of that screw goes inside that hole and then turns, and then as you tighten it up, it pulls it up tight. But over the years, that plastic waddling around, the plastic is wore out. It's cracked, it's wore out, and then they fell out. Well, as they fell out, I got one of them unscrewed, but that little square thing on the back fell. I don't know where it went. I cleaned the whole thing out. I looked all over the ground, run a magnet everywhere, but I think it's brass. Couldn't find it, but I still had the other one. So as an experiment, I tried putting it in and see what would happen. They're both waddled out to the point inside the circuit breaker that the square pieces won't hold the circuit breaker anymore. So I know I've got a new circuit breaker somewhere, but here's the funny thing. For all of you new RVers out there, you'll be like me someday, unless you're organized, and I'm not, apparently. I know I've got a brand new circuit breaker here for that, because I bought it a long time ago, thinking if that ever goes bad on the road, I want an extra one. And so I've got an extra one. I've looked everywhere. I know I've got one. I just don't know where it is. I can't find it. I don't know if it's not in my toolbox. I tore it apart. It's not in the side box pieces that I keep in there with extra water filters and extra oil filters. It's not in there. I don't know where it is. So I'm gonna look when I get home. Maybe it's on the workbench somewhere, but I don't think so. So whatever. And I think it was like $50 too, because it's a Cummins part. And in order to get it from Cummins, to have that little square hole for them pieces, you got to get it at Cummins. It's $50. Sorry I couldn't get us the video, just not enough room over there. But just for the heck of it, I wired everything back up, didn't put nothing back where it belonged, everything just kind of hanging out there. And I come in and I unplugged the RV, started the generator, reset the circuit breaker, come inside, turned on the air conditioner to see if it'd come on, and it does. So the circuit breaker is good. It was just when it came loose, it hit something and it shut itself off. So I'm gonna have to get a new one, and that's gonna be at least $50, $60 probably, if I can even find them pieces. So that's where I'm at. So when I bring the new one back and go to put this thing back together, I promise you I'll try to video just as much as I can when I put it back together, and then in your head you can just reverse the process. So with that being said, I'm gonna get out of here. Believe I'm tired. Everything in the camper is working. I didn't do all my seals. I did get one slide seals all treated. They still look good. I was going to charge my door batteries. I got one of those electronic combination door locks. I mean, the batteries are still charged, but while I'm here, I was just gonna go ahead and charge them up because I ain't charged them up since last year. And I can't find a battery charger either. So, but I think I know where it is. I think it's at home. I think it's in my YouTube office, and I think I seen it yesterday. So I think I know where that is. So I'm taking these batteries home with me, charge them up, so when I come back, I can put them back in there. So sometimes it's just, my mind just don't work right, and especially when it's 103 degrees out, it's just hot. And as you know, I'm recovering from tooth operations and whatever, and so it is what it is. I'm packing it up. I'm going home, and we'll finish this. I won't say tomorrow because I think Sue's taking the car and going to go visit Deb. I'll get back over here. Well, I got to order the parts first. When I get the parts, then I'll be coming back over here. I might let you know on the next port setting. Port setting will be Wednesday, and we'll see how it goes from there. Thanks for watching, man.